guys, welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. I am so glad you guys can come up in the kitchen with me for a few minutes today. Before we get started, you guys know the routine. Go ahead, right on down there at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead and take care of your thumbs up button. Go ahead and take care of your share button. And if you have not become a follower of Granna, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become one of my followers, okay? All right, so I hope everybody's having a great day out there today. I'm just gonna keep you guys for just a few minutes today. We're gonna go ahead and jump off into this conversation. It's just so much going on in this world today. I mean, last week we had Hurricane Sally, the fires out from California to Oregon. I mean, all this stuff is going on in the world today. I mean, I guess it does have a lot to do with this climate control. It's just crazy. I mean, the fires is just destroying, like I said, the West Coast and everything. And it has gotten so bad that the smoke has gotten all the way up to like New York and stuff. And the smoke is so thick that it has started to cause people problem just breathing, you know, and on top of all these fires and the hurricane and all this, the weather that was going on with all that, you still got to deal with the coronavirus. I mean, it's hard enough for us to have to be outside, having to have your mask on, you know, and for you know, periods of time and all that. And now you got these fires that's going on in this world, and that the smoke from that and having to breathe all that smoke in and you know, digesting that into your system, and it's causing more problems for people dealing with the coronavirus. And you know, all that, it's just so much going on into this world. I don't know what it's gonna take for, you know, for the fires to get under control. I mean, they got the firefighters, you know, props to them. They're doing all they can to try to contain these fires and control them and put them out. And it seems like every time one area get under control, then they have a new area to pop up that they have to deal with. I mean, there's been people that lose their life from these fires. People has lost everything. I mean, just areas just you know, like just cleared out, just burnt to the ground. You know, houses and all this stuff, and people's losing their life behind this. You know, it's just crazy what's going on in this world today. I mean, my God, what else is there to come? You know, we can't control the weather. We can't control these hurricanes when they're coming in. You know, all you can do is try to get somewhere safe and board up, you know, people having to board up their houses. And we know every year we go through the hurricane season where people have to board up and evacuate and leave their homes and pray that when they go back to their homes that they have a home to go back to, and you know, and pray, you know, for the ones that don't get a chance to evacuate and to get out, and that they're safe and they can come through it. And you know, now on top of the hurricane season, you got the fires out here that's going on where you can't control the fires, and they just running wild, just destroying everything that it's coming into. And it's just so much. I really, you know, my heart goes out for you know, for this world today, you know, not just for California and all the way up through the coastline and up through Oregon and all that, but just the state that this world is in today. You know, it kind of make you think. Well, it should make you sit back and think, you know, what's going on? What is God trying to tell us? You know, there is a message in there. It's got to be some kind of message in there if you actually sit back and look at it. You know, we just not doing things right. It's just, we just not where we need to be. and it's gonna take a lot for us to get to where we need to be. And you know, you just gotta sit back and pray, and just pray that these fires get under control. You know, people that's having to be out and inhaling all this smoke. You know, you talking about smoke from fires out on the West Coast coming all the way up to New York. I mean, it's just crazy. That's just crazy. But I don't know. You know, like I said, we can't control it. We can't control a lot of things that goes on in this world. But we're just gonna have to pray about it. You know, I hope no more lives are lost with the fires. People are able to come through this hurricane season. People are still, like I said, dealing with the COVID-19. I mean, I saw on the news a few days ago where we're over 6.5 million people that has died from the coronavirus. And like I said, that was a few days ago, and it's changing every day. There's people still being reported, you know, as the cause of their death is because of this coronavirus. I mean, over 6.5 million people have lost their life, on top of everything else that's going on. And, you know, they're still trying to come up with this vaccine. They still talking about they don't have enough people to test for this vaccine. It's just a lot. It's just so much that you're having to deal with on a daily basis. You know, on top of everything else that people are having to go through. You know, people still unemployed. People still haven't went back to work. The ones that has gone back to work still not getting their full 40 hours a week. You know, business are still hurting. You know, the school system is testing out the new schools where the kids are going back into school, and they're still getting cases from that, where the kids are returning, you know, a weekend, and they're already having kids to show signs of the coronavirus, and they're having to, you know, reclose some schools down, reopen up some schools. They're back and forth with that. It's just so much going on in this world today. Sometimes, you know, you don't know if you're going or coming because of everything that's going on, and you don't know which way to go. But I just think, you know, I think if we sit back, like I said earlier, and just look at it, it's a message, you know. God's trying to tell us something. And, you know, a lot of these things are out of our control that we can't do anything about, but pray about them. And, you know, ask God to give us strength to make it through it, and to cover us with his loving arms, and, you know, try to, you know, keep us safe and bring us through these things. But it's just a lot. There's so much going on in this world. And, you know, on top of all that, you know, we're getting on the countdown for the election. It's coming up. People are still, you know, back and forward with that. And, you know, this world just needs to come together. It's too much hatred, too much just not doing the right thing, not caring about the humankind, not being nice to people, you know, not being selfish. It's just too much going on in this world. And with all this stuff that's going on, we still don't see, you know, the wrong. We still don't care about people. We still don't try to be kind to people. You know, we don't look out for each other. It's like a battleground. Everybody, you know, it's a battleground, and it's just wanting to fight instead of coming together as one and trying to make this United States of America the best that it can be. We just can't seem to get on that page and do the right thing. It's always about this party or that party or this person or that person. You know, you got all this other stuff going on in the world. You know, you got all this stuff that's out of your control. When it comes to the climate control, we need to do a better job with that. You know, when it comes to the weather, we can't do anything about that. You know, but there are some things we can work on and try to improve on. And then there's things that we just have to ride out. We can't do anything about, you know. But the sad thing about it, things that we can do stuff about as a world, as a one, we don't do it. We rather sit up and fuss about it and throw blame from this person to that person, and who did this and who did that, and who should have did this and who should have did that. You know, none of that stuff is gonna make it better. None of that, all that griping and blame throwing is not gonna make the climate any better. You know, why you spending all this money campaigning and doing all this stuff and throwing dirt at each other? You know, these politicians need to come together and figure out what they need to do to make this world a better place, you know. So I don't know, I just been sitting back watching all this destruction that's going on in this world today, and you know, just thinking that it's got to be a better solution. It's got to be something that's missing, that's not being done, and you gotta stop throwing blame and make this, you know, world the best that it can be, you know. So I was just sitting up here thinking about that, and you know, reading about, you know, the fires and watching the fires out on the West Coast, and you know, just coming out, like I said, the weekend of the Hurricane Sally, and it coming up, and you know, all the way, you know, coming up the coastline of Florida and all up through there, and you know, and watching all that, and like, wow, it's just too much. Better get it together. We better get it together, because God's trying to tell us something. He's trying to show us some things, and we need to open our eyes and see it, you know, and get the message, and really try to see what we can do to change it. But you know, that's all I can say about it. You know, ain't too much you can say about it when you don't have a whole team working at it. You know, when you got people on different sides doing their own thing, it's never gonna change. It's never gonna change. Okay. All right, guys, that's just a little something I want to throw out there. These hurricanes, these fires, the coronavirus. What's next? What's next? Okay. All right, I'm gonna get ready and get up out of here. Before I go, you guys, make sure you're wearing your mask. Make sure you're social distancing. Make sure you're being kind to everybody when you're out and about, and just living the best life that you can. Okay, guys, have a great day. I'm gonna catch you next time around.